Hello everyone, Coffee Mug here, picking back up on Gleba where I left off. If you've been following along, you probably saw in the last session I set up this bioflux array, only now that it's finally up and running, I realized that it's not going to work because once it's kind of fully up and running, these first two biochambers, which make Yumako mash, will fill up this whole belt, and I can't get any bioflux or jelly onto the belt. So this isn't going to work, and I'm going to have to start over again. Just like my Volgora map, when I had the recycling arrays, it probably took me like 5 attempts to get a good recycling array. This is my third little attempt here to get this working, so I'm on pace to take a lot of attempts to get this working right. I made a few extra of these biochambers just to kind of see what else I can make. So here's, for example, plastic. I made a little bit of plastic just to test it out. And I put a bunch of these other things down just so I can kind of see everything that I can make with the biochamber, which is really quite extensive. So there's a lot of things here I can make. I just don't know what all I need yet to kind of flesh everything out. But that's what I enjoy about this game, is that there's so many different things you can do, so many ways you can do it. And now I just got to figure out what I actually need to do. So with that being said, I'm gonna pretty much delete all this and start over. I thought about maybe using these regular assemblers to make my jelly nuts and Yumako mash, but these are about 4 times as slow. So you can see here the biochamber makes 12 per second and that only produces 3. So these are 4 times as fast, plus it consumes less jelly nuts. So, and it produces less seeds as a result. So I don't want to do this. I do want to make this work with the biochambers, but I really do need to get my basically copper and iron and steel getting made, because I'm really just kind of doing this all by hand right now, and it's not efficient at all. I am slowly producing iron here with these couple iron production centers I have, but it's just moving snail's pace, so I need to get better at that. I do want to build a few more of these heat towers, but I need some more concrete to do that, which is just going to take a while because I need some raw iron ore, which takes forever, basically. So, and plus, now that I'm not getting jellies from here, I'm not producing any more up here, and it's a problem. It's quite a problem. So, overall, this has been a challenging attempt so far, these first couple hours. So one thing I want to do here is get some more stone mining set up, because the stone patch is almost done. I do have quite a bit of landfill though, so I think I'm good for now. So that's where I'm at right now. I did put some accumulators down here just to help store up some energy. I don't think I'll need them because I'm making enough, but you can see here my production is really patchy because the stuff, when it takes in the spoilage, it just disappears immediately. So I need to get better fuel from a heat tower. I need to fix this, and I need to pretty much fix everything. Everything needs to be fixed, basically. So that's what I'm doing. And it looks like I got attacked down here. I wasn't even aware of it. Interesting. Who attacked that? That's so weird. I don't see any bugs in the pollution. Oh well. That's so weird. Maybe it was like an expansion party. So maybe I should put a turret down here. Just plop a turret for now. I do think I want to get some of my Tesla towers in. So this guy, does he have any Tesla towers? He does. Let's send this guy to Gleba. There, we'll send this guy to Gleba and get some Tesla towers so I don't have to worry about ammo. All right, so let's get started here. I'm gonna start by actually, what I want to do is just make a copy of this just so I have a reference point. Just put this there. never actually going to build it, but I just want a reference, and then I'm going to delete it all. Okay, so let's delete this, and I spent an hour kind of building all this, and now I'm going to tear it down. All right, so I got most of the stuff cleaned up here. I did ship in some of these portable fusion reactors because my solar panels weren't really cutting it here. Because this planet has very little solar, so I wanted to get a little better power source. So let me change some stuff. Oops. Okay. Cool. So that will charge me up quite a bit faster, I think. Cool. All right, so we are charging. All right, so what I want to do is basically just rearrange everything, because the thing I had before wasn't working. And I want to upgrade all these belts to red belts, so I was shipping in some red belts from my transports just to kind of speed things up a bit, because it was taking forever to get my mining set up. So we put this guy back in its pattern. We don't need these anymore. Get these. Okay, cool. All right, so now we got some supplies to last me a while here. And I got my Tesla turrets shipped in as well. Great. So let's get this started here. So I like what I had before. There we go. All right, so this one will be used for copper. All right, so let's try this again. To record here, I did get a somewhat interesting system built up, right? So I have my iron bacteria, the kind of starter ones right here. Those are fed by these jellies. And they come up here and get recycled with the bioflux to mass produce the iron. And it runs along this little squiggly belt just so it has time to decompose. And that way I'm not stopping up my belt here. Still not perfect because it is kind of backing up a little bit, but not enough to where I'm really concerned yet. As long as this is being smelted, this should be moving fast enough. It's just not getting output blocked. Cool. And I think I need to burn away some more of this stuff, so I'm just gonna do this. This is just gonna be a burn. Hopefully this doesn't use up too much. I'm getting a little too much garbage here. You know what? I want this to go a little slower. Cool. All right, we have a functioning iron smelting array, making a little bit of steel too. This is great. And I got some belts being made. I'm gonna need more belts. Awesome, it's working. And then down here, I put up some stone smelting just so I can start making more bricks. I need more bricks to make more concrete, to make more heating towers. Awesome. All right, so what I'm going to do is duplicate this, make one for copper. I'm probably just going to get rid of all this stuff here and figure out maybe a better solution to my the way I generate power, because I don't need all this stuff over here now. So that's what I'm going to do next, and I will pause the video and I'll come back when I got that complete. All right, I got my other half copper set up. I did make some small changes here, so let me kind of walk you through everything I did while I wasn't recording. So I did fix some of the belts. I made it a little cleaner, going left to right. And I added a bunch of the stone just to help me see the flooring a little better, because the flooring here is kind of whack. So basically what happens is I got my Yamako and jelly fruit come in. I have a little splitter here that divvies it up to each side. Each side effectively loops around here, with the input priority towards the older materials first. If there's any spoilage that gets output on the belt here, which goes and just gets burnt. Same thing over here. If there's any spoilage that comes around here, and that turns into my nutrient. So this is kind of like a nutrient Kickstarter area. So up here, right above this, I have a bioflux nutrient conversion. So that's generally pretty efficient. This will only run here on the input if there's less than 100. Actually, I want this to be 100. So this will run if there's less than 100 nutrients on the belt. So that way I'm not going too crazy using up excess bioflux. Not that I worried about it. I do have quite a bit extra production here, but that's fine. So this is my nutrient. This will kickstart if it runs out. Plus the bioflux can keep it running. Up here, I have 2 Yamako fruits plus 2 jelly fruits. This will make a total of 12 each per second. So that goes on this belt, loops around right here. There's an offput here if there is spoilage. So the jelly and the Yamako mash come up here and make bioflux. So this will consume, running at full speed, this will consume 10 Yamako mash per second plus 8 jelly per second. So that leaves you with 2 Yamako and 4 jellies. The extra jellies I'm using up here to make rocket fuel. I set this up. That just is inserting directly into my heating tower, which then feeds a couple of turbines. So that's giving me plenty of power. The bioflux and the nutrients will loop around this way. If there is spoilage on here, it gets offput to my spoilage belt, which then goes to my kickstart. If this all gets backed up, I have an excess overflow, which combines with the excess over here that gets burnt off. So the bioflux and the nutrients will come down here. I have another jelly biochamber here, which grabs the root from this side, and that will go into this iron bacteria, which just uses jelly. So this is 12 jelly per second, consumes 12 per second. So running at full speed, this will stay full speed. I have any excess seeds get exported out through this inside belt here. Same thing over here. And those seed belts, if there's any seeds in this belt, it comes out this way, loops around. Although I did combine over here, which then comes down here. All of the Yamako seeds go to the left. The jelly fruit seeds go to the right. So these 2 iron bacteria will output it onto this belt, which comes up here, and then I have these iron, what's called iron bacteria cultivation, which consumes my bioflux and then adds more iron. I have it kind of weird where I have 2 different types of inserters here coming out and one coming in. So the in one will add any iron bacteria that these produce to start the iron bacteria cultivation, and the output goes in this belt. And I was going to clean this up a bit, which is why I turned it off temporarily. But what it does is the iron bacteria will come out here. If it's already converted into iron, it'll go be smelted. And if it's not, the iron bacteria will kind of snake its way around, and that just gives it some extra time for it to decompose. And then here, there's another output after the snail, and those are going to combine up here at the top. And if there's any extra of the iron bacteria, that just makes its way down here, which will then circle back around until it's complete. And so same thing over here, except I switched the iron cultivation with the copper cultivation. So that's effectively the same thing. I just flipped it in a mirror image, and I haven't set up the power over on this side just yet. So what I'm going to do now is just kind of clean up my smelting lines here. I think I may only do half a belt of each, because I don't think I actually need 2 full belts effectively, or a full belt effectively, because all I really got to do is make blue circuits for my rocket parts. I'm not going to have any production here on Gleba, and basically I want to get my rocket going first, and so I want to get my blue circuit set up, and then I can have a separate setup to make rocket fuel for I need rocket fuel, which I'm going to make a separate setup to do rocket fuel for my rockets, and then I'm going to have the blue circuits I'm going to make from all of this. I will need to make a plastic production, which I might be able to squeeze one in here at each side. So I'm going to see if I can do that and add like a plastic export here. And so that'll give me stuff I need. Then I also need to do a sulfur production to make some sulfuric acid for the blue circuits. So that'll give me blue circuits and the rocket fuel. And then the last thing I got to do is I need to make the low density structure. So I'll need more plastic, copper, and then steel. And I can melt excess iron into steel. So that's kind of my plan. I don't know if this is going to be enough production. I can probably extend this if I wanted to. I could put more of these cultivators, could stack more up, and that shouldn't be a problem. I can probably actually double the amount of cultivators I have. But I wanted to just to see if this works first. So that's my first challenge. So if I need more, then I'm going to go grab more later on. That's my current plan. So let's finish cleaning up here. These are just some spare chests I have. Getting so much stuff here in my inventory. Cool. All right, let's clean all this stuff up. So I did notice my spore cloud is about up here. This is separated by some water, but I'm going to have to go take care of these ones up here soon. And I might put a wall around this area as well. So now let's clean up these smelting lines the way I wanted them. So what I want to do, I want to actually combine them here in the middle like this. I think this would be a little more aesthetically pleasing. Cool. Actually, you know what? I want to do it here on the outside. So what I'm going to do, I think, is come up here to the right. This. I'm just going to have a combined belt of copper and iron. Cool. I'm gonna see if this is enough. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. See if I can run this full time. I know this, I'm not sure if I'm going to have enough copper production to run much more than this, so I'm being a little conservative with how many smelters I have. Cool. So now I have a belt here. So I want to start with some green circuits because I know I'm going to need those first. So let's get some... You know what? Maybe I'll just use... Do I have any electromagnetic plants? I do. I'm just going to drop electromagnetic plants and use those. How did I do those on Volcanus? Let's see, oh, this. Okay. Just do something similar. No, I'm going to try something different. Which way do I want these to go? To the right or down? Let's go down. God, there's so many cliffs here. Let's do it like right about here. Grab those plants. I'm going to do this a little differently, I think so. Let's see. So I need these. Cool. All right, so we got some green circuits being made. I do probably want to balance these actually because it's going to be, well, no, I don't actually think it'll matter too much. Okay. Now let's copy the same red circuit setup. See, I want the copper only. Well, let's do this. Let's just do a filter inserter. Ooh, you know what? I want that on the other side. So let's do this. There we go. Okay. This will be copper wires. Okay. And this one will be green circuits. This is going to combine into a single belly. Oh wait, you know what? This needs to be like this. Because I'm going to need plastic on that side. I'll go make blue circuits eventually. Okay, so that'll give me a of copper, iron, red circuits, and green circuits once I get plastic being made. Shouldn't be too hard. I'm gonna actually try to get a little bit of plastic being made here. So the plastic needs mash, nutrients, and mash. Can I fit this in here? Hmm. Oops, can't do that. All right, let's do the same thing over here. Reverse it like this. Cool. All right, so we got some plastic to bring that around over here. So let's do this. And let's spread this over a little bit more. So I got room. Oh gosh, all of these have the wrong items in it. Okay. Cool. We are making red circuits now. All right, so I got a little bit of plastic circuit production, enough to probably fuel these red circuits. I'm probably going to put some production modules in there. It's probably going to be the easiest option. Let's drop some of these. So I think I might do that. I might put some production modules in here just to slow down the amount of stuff I need. This might be enough plastic to make enough low density structures that I'll need, but we'll have to kind of wait and see there. Meantime, let's just kind of burn through this so I can keep burning through stuff. Kind of clean this up a bit. I'm just going to use substations for all of these. Well, yeah, I'm just going to go through a few of these here. Oh wait, you can't produce production modules. Okay, that's fine. This is just gonna make production modules just to... No, that's actually a waste. I don't know why I'm doing that. I don't need... Well... Yeah, let's just do a couple. Cool. Alright, I think I'm going to stop here today. It looks like I got a very simple iron and copper setup, and I'm starting to build up stuff I need for rocket parts. I just need to make blue circuits, and before I do that, I need to probably make some more plastic. And with more plastic, I'll have to maybe do a setup specifically for plastic. So that's something I got to work out. I got to get sulfur made to make sulfuric acid for the blue circuits, and maybe more plastic, and then probably some steel for my low density structures. So that is where I'm at now, but it looks like I got a pretty decent functioning little system here. So if you've been following along, thank you, and I appreciate it. And like and subscribe and follow along if you want to hopefully help me wrap up Gleba here. I think I got one more session and I think I'll be done with Gleba. And then I got to start doing some Megabase prep and then off to Aquilo. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.